All right. Looks like we are live from late to early. Yes, sir. I probably caught you guys off guard. I actually said that I was gonna stream early today, just because I won't be able to be on the Spawncast tonight. Because I'll be going to a homie's birthday party, so I won't be able to be on the Spawncast tonight. But I'll be here for you guys for a couple of hours, for an hour or so plus, before I gotta skedaddle to the battle. We out here gonna rattle. Let's go. Shout outs though. Thank you to everybody coming out to the stream. Appreciate you guys for coming out today. I can skip that. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna I don't know what would be like the topics for today. I think like Doom the Dark Ages. I think there's some Switch stuff, right? Switch 2 stuff. But I'm not sure how big this show is gonna be tonight or not, but yeah, I'll be at my friend's house for a birthday party. One of my best friends from like high school. So, you know, if it was like a friend that I didn't really talk to and they randomly invited me, I probably wouldn't go. But it's like one of my good friends that I've known for like, that I've been hanging out with since our freshman year in high school. I've known him since junior high. Like I played basketball against him and stuff, but we've been hanging out and been friends since high school, since we were 14 years old. So yeah, we're going on like 30 years plus. We're going on like 30 plus years of being friends. So yeah. So anyway, let's see here. Shout outs though, guys. Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing tonight? Let's go ahead and get into some shout outs though, shall we? I think shout outs are in order for all the homies that have actually came through today. Let's go. Kind of like I said, kind of caught people off guard. People probably out doing stuff. Obviously, nice Saturday. Kind of hitting a heat wave where I'm at though, but it's gonna cool down next week. But I know summer's coming, man. Summer is creeping. It is Mick creeping on us. So yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to this summer. It's the summer of Switch, baby. The summer of Switch. Switch 2 is upon us. We are about 3 weeks away from the Switch 2 goodness. So I mean, a little bit over 3 weeks away. So I'm super excited, man. Like I'm just super excited. Let's get into the shoutouts though. General Zamora is here. What's up, General Zamora? Welcome to the stream. CBH for God, DK Kong Island, DK, Donkey Kong. I want to know, what are your thoughts about Bonanza, DK Kong Island? Elias is here. What's up, Elias? Welcome. Ken Zawaldo. What's up, Ken? Welcome. Sky Guys Quest, Dank Meme Center, Nosai. What's up, Nosai? Chalice DJ, Dr. Smooth, D Money, Beat Queen. What's up, Christopher Lenton? Hola. Can I have some money? What's up, King? Can I have some money, please? What? I mean, you gotta go to work, I guess, man. Christopher, I don't know what to do, bro. ArcSys game, maybe One Piece Fighter. I doubt it, but we'll see. I doubt it. As an exclusive, I don't think so. Not a fighting game. I don't know if you saw my video today, but I actually made a video on it today as well. I don't think it'd be a fighting game. As an exclusive, fighting games need install base, so I don't see why they'd make a fighting game exclusive. Let's see here. Michelle, what's up, Michelle? Welcome. Joey M. Videos 207. Not looking forward to wasting time. EULA update. LOL. GVG messed up on that one. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of clickbait with that. It's silly. I've gotten pretty ad nauseum to like the clickbait at this point. People say, oh my god, they're gonna brick it. It's the same stuff that's in every single system. If you mod, hack, if you illegally do stuff, they reserve the right to freaking ban your account or, you know, mess things up or whatever the case is. So it's the same as everything. So people are freaking out because they changed the verbiage in there, but it's always been like that since the Wii era, since we've been getting these. So yeah, I didn't really pay too much attention to it. Didn't watch any videos on it. Like I said, I'm so sick and tired of people like messing up the most basic things with Switch 2. So it's to the point to where I don't even care. Like I don't even watch none of the vids. I don't even pay attention. So yeah, let's hear. Yeah, it's like every console has pretty much the same different type of stuff kind of put into it. So it's to the point to where I don't even care anymore. But once again, I still feel that the misinformation and the just talk is actually getting more people to look into it and getting more people to actually talk about the system. So yeah, but it's like I said, it's like whatever at this point. I've pretty much had to mute, or not mute, but I pretty much had to just ignore most of the people that I'm subscribed to. Oh man, so which is crazy. I'll pick it back up when they actually get some decent content out. That well, not most of the people that I'm subscribed to. I actually went on a huge unsubbing spree recently, so just because like I was just getting tired of my sub feed being like blocked up. Shout outs to Yak Diesel. Thank you for the $1.99 dono. Just happy Saturday. It's Cyberpunk Saturday for me. Cyberpunk Saturday. Let's go. What's up, Triple X? I saw you here first too. I mean, a Xenoblade or Fire Emblem fighting game would be pretty lit from ArcSys. That would be pretty lit. I agree. I would like that. I mean, if it was a Xenoblade or Fire Emblem fighting game, yeah, I would definitely enjoy that. I want that, but I don't think it's that though. Shout out to Yak Diesel, Hokage, and Stream Ninja. Let's go. Thank you so much, Mr. Yiggity Yak, with the $1.99. Anybody that's $1.99 or more, you can type or beat up my man Yiggity Yak Diesel. Let's get the combo breaks going. Thank you, appreciate that. Sony did this BS back in 2011 with the Xbox 2? Nintendo just late? I mean, it's not even they're late. Nintendo did this in 2006, so this is the verbiage was just changed up a little bit, but they did this back in 2006. What up, Mata? Well, if it isn't Mr. I stream whenever I want, listen, it changes, bruh. On vacay, but the stream title got me piqued interest. Yeah, apparently Arc System Works is working on a new Unreal Engine 5 game codenamed Watari, which that would make sense. Arc System Works for sure, like a Switch 2 game. Sorry, Unreal Engine 5 Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, but it's from XOX Leaks or something like that. Apparently he's gotten stuff right before. So I saw this University Nintendo or Necro Felipe first put it up, but then now it's kind of getting picked up on the different websites. My Nintendo News and other places are starting to pick up the story. So I talked about it in my video today in my Nintendo Switch 2 is shattering the old narrative video. I talked about it in there. I went over that and like Dusk Bloods and some other stuff that's like kind of shattering the narrative of the whole third party thing with Nintendo, you know? So I thought it was a good video. I got a lot of cool videos lined up for you guys, so I'm looking forward to talking about more game stuff. Hey, what's up, Van X Baker? What's up, House Gang? Yeah, we live early today. I gotta go to a birthday. Not gotta. I want to go to my friend's birthday party. That's later tonight, so gotta stream early because I won't be on the Spawncast tonight. Could be another code. No, wasn't the collection made by them? Another code? Nah, it's not Unreal Engine 5. Another code? No, I don't think so. So yeah. Let's see, are we getting live tomorrow? Probably not tomorrow, Ava. I usually take Sundays off, so yeah, probably not tomorrow. Let's see if they can make Naruto great again with the 2D plane. Oh, I'd like a 2D. I would love a 2D. But like I said, a lot of people are bringing up fighting games, but if it's a third-party game, like I doubt that it'd be a fighting game because exclusive fighting games don't work in the modern day unless it's like, once again, unless it's like Smash Brothers. You know, yeah, if it was like a Xenoblade or Fire, like a Nintendo IP fighting game, but like exclusive fighting games, like don't work. Like Arc System Works, you know, they're famous for Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, stuff like that, right? That's ArcSys Works. Like their fighting games are like their thing, but they do other games too. But yeah, I don't see them making like some type of exclusive fighting game, you know? But could they be working with Nintendo on a exclusive fighting game? Sure. Like, yeah, Fire Emblem or Xeno or something, maybe. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and say that it's out of the realm of possibility. I think it's gonna be like some type of action or adventure game or like RPG or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah. How certain is the leaker about it being exclusive? Certain enough to share the code name. The code name and the release date of November 25th. So apparently this game, I mean, he's confident enough that he feels that this game is in development and it's like pretty much ready to go. I mean, we got about what, 6 months before November. So if they're that confident to share the release date, I mean, I'm guessing that this is a thing, you know? So yeah. Everyone sure likes Unreal Engine. I mean, it's a good engine. It's not a bad engine. What's up, Rajiv? Welcome. Welcome. We saw that Street Fighter 5 handle exclusivity not good. Yeah, Street Fighter 5 was terrible. The exclusivity was terrible for Street Fighter. I mean, the game wasn't great either at launch. It was so half-baked, you know? So yeah. What's up, Boo 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 Boo? Yeah, like, yeah, I'm not gonna stream on Mother's Day. That's also, it's Mother's Day, so yeah, there's also that. Yo, Cyber Taurus with the JoJo!
Happy Saturday, all.
Yes,
Hope
sir.
everyone is having a good day so far.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Cyber Taurus, my man was the JoJo beast of last night, picking up where he left off. Thank you so much, Mr. Cyber Taurus. And yes, I hope everyone, wish everyone a happy Mother's Day for those who, you know, celebrate or, you know, whatever the case is. And of course, if you have a wife that's a mother or aunt or a sister, you can always celebrate it regardless of how your own situation is, you know? Shout out to Cyber Taurus. You are now the Hokage and Stream Ninja. Anybody does 10 or more, beat up my man Cyber Taurus on the board. Exclusive item games are bad. Killer Instinct suffered from that on Xbox One. Yeah, you know what? That was, I think, the funny thing about Killer Instinct is that if Microsoft made Killer Instinct now in today's day with their new thing that they've got going, I'm pretty sure that Killer Instinct game would have been like, I mean, it did good. Don't get me wrong. Like, it sold good. Like, it did well. Like, people played it. It's had one of the best netcodes, if not the best netcode ever in a fighting game on a console. So we got to give it props for that. But if it were released in today's day with Microsoft and doing multi-platform, I think it would have been like a massive smash hit. Like if they said, hey, look, we're doing Killer Instinct, Switch 2, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series, right? And like PC and crossplay between all of them, man, it would have, and like actual characters, not like 8 characters, like give us like 20 something characters at launch, and it was like a full-fledged real Killer Instinct, man, it would have been crazy good, you know? But the problem is that it took a little bit of time to get going, you know, for that game. So yeah. What's up, Casual Noob? What's up, Anthony? So yeah. I love KI on Xbox struggled to get matches a couple years back, though. Yeah, they're probably because the lack of people playing. I guess that's what it is. Pokken 2? Listen, I'd love a Pokken 2. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Yeah, apparently it's this year. Apparently the game is this year. So, we'll see. Nintendo gives us true virtual reality augmented in the near future XR glasses 2030s next decade. That's what I want to see happen. Yeah, maybe. I mean, they did crappy ones with Labo and all that. That's virtual reality, but we'll see if they actually do anything more than that. So, yeah. Yo, shout outs to Justin with the Kirby 1992
Can
dono.
I get the Switch 2 reveal trailer for old time's sake? Wow.
The first one, Justin, are we talking about the one from January, that one, or the one from the April 2nd Nintendo Direct? You don't gotta donate again to answer the question, just in the chat if you can put it. So we talking about the one from the January one. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can watch that. Absolutely. Thank you for the big Kirby 1992 dono. Kirby's getting down this year, right, Justin? We getting down in Kirby this year. New Hokage and Stream Ninja, of course. Shout outs to Justin. Appreciate the big $19.92. Anybody does more than that, you can beat up my man Justin on both boards. New Stream Ninja, new Stream Hokage. Let's go. And yeah, the one from January. Okay, that's when people liked but then didn't like that one, right? Like I remember people were like, so what was that one called? Nintendo Switch 2 reveal trailer? I think it was the the first. Okay, yeah, first look. It was called first look trailer. They always title theirs first look. So yeah, it's all good. Let's do it. All right, here we go. It's going good, man. How are you doing today? Ack, welcome. So yeah. Arms was awesome, House Gang. You were just bad at the game. that's the old Switch. Now they're going to the new Switch. Remember, they got to cover up the C button. Cover it up. Player 1. The blue. Synthwaves music. Single player Guilty Gear. That'd be interesting. Do you actually use tabletop mode, House Gang, or are you just talking just to talk? Be a cool action game? Sometimes you don't use it. You just talking. Hey, what's up, DE? Plays exclusive games as well as Switch games. We now know more about that. What's up, Nightshade? It's True VR. Yeah, I don't know. True VR costs a lot of money, Sean. So, I mean, I know you said that you're not a big fan of spending money on things. So, like, if you want, like, True VR is very expensive. So I don't see Nintendo making any True VR headset or True VR stuff anytime soon until the technology advances a lot more and it gets a lot cheaper to make that type of stuff. Because VR technology for good VR, it's still pretty pricey. So I don't see Nintendo making anything with VR at this point. So yeah, Oculus Quest is not expensive. I mean, Oculus Quest VR, that's $300. I have a VR. Like the newest ones, those are like $300 to $400 if I'm not correct. So it's still kind of pricey. On top of the price of the system, you're looking at $400 for the Switch 2, $450. Then you're looking at another $300 on top of that. That becomes a pricey expense. So yeah. I don't see them. I don't really see them. I don't really see them doing VR, any type of VR anytime soon. Off the top of your head, what Nintendo console had the best commercials? Best commercials, though we would like to play. Commercials were really good. GameCube commercials were really good as well. So off the top of my head, I would say like, yeah, GameCube, Wii commercials, Super Nintendo, those were also good too. Yeah. Let's see. Do you think it's smart Nintendo spread out their first-party games instead of releasing all at the same time? That would have made for more insane launch lineup. But I think this is better. I mean, they always do the same thing, House Gang. I mean, I don't think it's no different from what they would do before. They spread out their titles throughout the year. That's what they did with the Nintendo Switch. They're doing the same thing. Like, you don't want to launch everything all at the beginning. That doesn't make any sense, like you said. So, like, you want to spread them out. That's what they did with the Switch 1. That's what they're doing with the Switch 2. You have, hey, we're gonna have Mario Kart launch. Then we have Donkey Kong the next month. Then we have, I don't know, Kirby in some month, and then there's Hyrule Warriors, and there's going to be Metroid Prime at some point, and they're going to do Drag Cross Drive. Like, they're going to spread it out throughout the year, the rest of the year. I mean, there's not that many months left in the year. We're pretty much halfway through the year, right? So there's 6 months left. So they're going to spread their titles out throughout the rest of the 6 months, which we've already, I mean, they've dated most of their stuff, like their Nintendo Switch 2 editions. Most of those are dated with the exception of like a few. Metroid Prime isn't. And I think Pokemon Legends ZA isn't, but we don't have dates for Hyrule Warriors. We don't have dates for Kirby Air Riders. So they still have to date all those games. But the first, like the games that we know that are coming, obviously Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Switch 2 editions. We know we're getting those at launch. But we still need to get dates for like a number of different things. So we're probably going to have a direct in June or July, and it's going to go over the dates for the second half of the year. I think they just need to get the launch situated and set. Like, just, we know what's coming at launch. We know what's coming we know what's coming in June. We know what's coming in July. June and July are set. Then they'll probably have a direct sometime in that time period and give us the rest of the year, and it's going to be awesome. And it's going to be awesome because directs are always fun. They're always fun to go through. So yeah. let's see. I think Kirby Air Riders is going to be a bigger game than people are thinking. I think it's going to be a solid AA type of game that a lot of people pick up and have fun with. Because the first Kirby Air Riders was on the GameCube. That was the problem. Like, if Kirby Air Riders came out on the Wii, I think it would have done considerably better. Or if it was a Switch game, it would have done considerably better. But it was on the GameCube. Kirby is also a lot more popular now than Kirby was back on the GameCube as well. Plus, racing just in general, when it comes to like Nintendo mascot racing, I think Kirby is going to do really well. People are still running off the high. Kirby and the Forgotten Land apparently is still selling incredibly well for a game being 3-4 years old now at this point. So people are still buying that. People still like Kirby, obviously. So I think that Kirby Air Riders is going to do well. So yeah. Yeah, I see what you said, Sean. It's all good, man. Let's see. There are no AA Nintendo games, though the exception Cadence of Hyrule, Kirby Fighters 2. Nintendo didn't make Cadence of Hyrule. But yeah, when I say AA, I mean like, I don't mean like they're highest of the highest tier in terms of probably budget and development resources. I don't think Kirby Air Riders is some type of massive, I don't think it's like the same as like Kirby and the Forgotten Land, or even like Smash Brothers or something like that, right? Cyber Torch with the $20.
Shout out Kirby.
Yo.
Excited for Air Riders. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get some Air Riders music, right? Air Riders music from Kirby. Shout outs to my man Cyber. I thought that was Justin at first, but it's actually Cyber Taurus with the $19.92. The Kirby dono. Hey, yo, shout outs, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Justin and Cyber Taurus out here. Let's get it, man. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate that. Helps out here. I did see a video from someone that says, Kirby Air Riders is a bigger deal than you think. It's a bigger deal than you think. So, Fountain of Dreams from Kirby Air Riders. Because, we need to do Fountain of Dreams. Because Fountain of Dreams is awesome. So, let's get Cyber Taurus. Cyber T, shout outs to Cyber T, appreciate you. We're gonna get you back here on the Hokage board as well with the $29.92. Shout outs, man, appreciate you. This song's awesome. Had to borrow from just we figured that one out because that was on like we had like a Kirby thing that we were doing. We had a bunch of Kirby notifications, and like Kirby 1992 first Kirby game. I love Kirby. I played that game in 1992. It was awesome. I love Kirby. Kirby, like I said, I've said this before. I'll say it again. Kirby was just mind-blowing when it first came out back then. I remember playing it and just thinking, there's nothing else I've ever seen like this. Like I said, maybe it was like at the time, obviously we have tons of Kirby games, but back then it was just, you never saw anything like, he was inhaling enemies, he was taking powers, he was floating, it was just cool. The graphics were great. Kirby was legit, man. It was so cool back in the day playing it. Now we got a lot of Kirby games, so it's a little bit different. But like I said before, like that feeling that you might have had when you played Kirby and the Forgotten Land and how fresh that felt, that's how I felt with like playing Kirby compared to other platforming games at the time. Because like I was playing so many platformers back then, but Kirby was just unique. It was just such a different type of experience. So it's cool. Let's see. It says, no, I get it. Kirby was insane. Really advanced for the NES. Oh, yeah. Super advanced for the NES. Very, very advanced for the NES. Yeah. How Kirby got his name. It's an interesting story. Interesting story for sure. In fact, the Unreal Engine 5 is possible games using Unreal Engine 5 for Switch 2. Yeah, I mean, heck, Switch 1 supports Unreal Engine 5. It's a pretty flexible engine. But obviously, getting the full suite of features would be harder on Switch 1 than on Switch 2. So, oh, yeah, I can see your message, King Spiker. What's up, man? Welcome. Did I miss your message? Go ahead and type it again and I got you. Hey, what's up, Mr. Davis? Welcome. So yeah. My first Kirby game was Nightmare in Dreamland for the GBA. Nice. Let's go. Let's go. No Spawncast. Yeah, I'm not going to be on the Spawncast tonight because I have, I'm going to a birthday party. So, I'm going to my friend's birthday party. So, yeah. We're getting old. So, we got to go to them while we have them left. So I'm going to my friend's birthday party, so I won't be on the Spawncast tonight. So the haters will tell you otherwise. Switch 2 is not powerful enough to use Unreal Engine 5, but I think it's not true. Well, I mean, they already said that there's support for Unreal Engine 5, so Epic has already stated that Switch 2 supports Unreal Engine 5. They said it even supports it supports Switch 1. So I mean, it doesn't matter what haters say. People are clickbaiting all sorts of stuff. People are just saying all sorts of stuff online. So I wouldn't really pay too much attention to that. What up, Ryan Cardo? Welcome. Ninja, please, do you think Play Obscure will come to Switch 2? Yes, I do think it will. I made a video on it, so check out my videos. I usually talk about stuff like that. So if you watch the vids, you'll see basic, like, especially RPG stuff. So yeah, watch the vids, hit the notification bell, watch the vids, and we discussed that at length on one of my videos. Let's see here. Fighters Destiny come back? Probably not. What's up, 777 OG double OG? Have fun at the party? Yeah, we're just chilling. It's just, I don't know who else is gonna be there. There might be some other people that I went to high school with, so, or like junior high with, so I'm not really sure. He didn't tell me. So I'll probably see some people that I haven't seen in like decades, a decade or 2 decades plus, because some of my friends are really weird, or some of the people that I hung out with, like, they won't hang out with me unless I go play like pickleball or something like that. And I don't want to play pickleball in the heat. Like, so I have like one friend who's like a good friend of mine, and like we used to hang out all the time. Me, him, and A-Train, we used to hang out all the time, and like he won't hang out with me unless I go play pickleball. So it's like, if I don't want to play pickleball, he won't hang out with me. So I think he might be there. If you can get him away from freaking pickleball to hang out somewhere else. So yeah, maybe he might be there. My friend Snoop. So yeah. Let's say what up, OJ. Bringing some pho for my sticker friend to eat. Perfect time to listen to the stream while I drive. Nice. Let's go, mustache man. I was saying, how you doing? I'm doing good, man. How are you? I know the topic's here, but I don't know if you're covered Nintendo versus Power World stuff. It's getting crazy. Nah, I haven't covered Nintendo versus Power World stuff because I don't care, man. Like we already said that we're not going to be covering that anymore because it's just devolved into a nonsense back and forth. There's no point in covering it. Let them handle the legal stuff, and then whenever it's done, then we'll talk about it. But yeah, I made too many mistakes when I covered it the first time. So I'm going to refrain from covering it because I don't know the copyright laws and the patent laws and all that type of stuff. So I'm going to refrain from it. So yeah, it's all good. So I don't really care, to be honest. I don't play Power World anymore. I don't really care about Power World. So I'm good. I'm good on covering it, really, to be honest. Let's see, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't other consoles brute force graphics frame rates where Switch 2's turbocharged DLSS optimizes aspects? No, that's not how graphics work. In terms of like brute force or not, it depends on what you're doing. Brute force usually pertains to like what type of game that you're making, like if it was made for like a different system or not, and like your porting process. But no, I wouldn't say stuff like that. J2 Blue with the
Kirby in the Forgotten 10 land. I'm hoping Planet Robobot Remaster comes to Switch 1 later this year.
Okay, that might be a Switch 2 game now. Who knows? We gotta wait and see. That might be a Switch 2 game when it comes to Kirby Planet Robobot. Thank you for the JoJo Dono, though, man. I appreciate it. Let's go. So yeah, man. Who's the skinny small head anime character in your thumbnail? Skinny small head anime character. Which thumbnail are you talking about? You talking about my thumbnail right now? That is Giovanna. She doesn't have a small head. It's just the way that the picture's scaled. She is kind of skinny, but she does not have a small head. But yeah, that's Giovanna. She's from Guilty Gear Strive. She's from a fighting game called Guilty Gear Strive. But she doesn't have a small head. Let's see here. I know it's early, but who's your prediction to win NBA chip? I don't know, man. Who knows? I don't know at this point. Oh man, her chest isn't that big. It's just average. Her shirt's just unbuttoned a little bit, but it's not that big of a chest, to be honest. Let's see here. Shout outs to J2 though. Appreciate that, man. Maybe we should play some Kirby and the Kirby Planet Robobot music, right? Kirby Planet Robobot music. Let's play some Kirby Planet Robobot music for my man. For my man J2 Blue. Let's go. Thank you for the JoJo. We out here tonight. JoJo Saturday? Hey, let's go. I appreciate it. Let's go, fam. All right. Let's see here. All right. Got one here. Let's see. OJ, your Switch 1. Did you get one Nintendo branded SD cards for Switch 1? No. My first Kirby game was a Kirby Superstar on the Super Nintendo. Oh, nice. That's a good one. Yeah, that's fun times, man. That's good stuff. I like Kirby Superstar. Let's see here. Nuggets or Knicks have the best shot? Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, play Winter Bridge. Oh, Winter Bridge? Okay, well, I'm already playing this one. Well, I can play Winter Bridge if you want. Absolutely. No problem. Winter Bridge. Winter Bridge theme. I don't know if that's the name of it because it's not popping up. Yeah. Studying the power plant. Pink. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's not... I'm not sure which one that is. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure which one that is. We can just play Pink Ball Activate Planet Robobot. Jose, is the Super Mario Bros. 40th anniversary a thing? Yes or no? Probably. When do you predict the next Xenoblade? I'm thinking 2026, 2027. The next Monolith Soft title is probably 2026 next year, yeah. Because Xenoblade Chronicles 3 finished up in 2021/early 2022. So they've been working on that game since 2020-ish, 2020. They've been working on that new game, 2021. So 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25, about 5 years, yeah. 4 to 5 years, yeah. So I'd probably say 2026. I think it might be revealed fall. One more thing. The game's coming out May of next year, 2026. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, shout out to Adam. I'm looking forward to it as well. I mean, I've made countless videos on getting excited for Monolith Soft's games and stuff like that. So, yeah, very much looking forward to what they do with the next Monolith Soft big title, man. Like, I'm looking forward to it. I think it should be really good. So, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Let's see here. Deadly Arts could be exclusive for Switch 2. Deadly Arts? I don't know what that is. What is Deadly Arts? Switch 2 hype is real. I mean, I think it's interesting. When I saw Pokemon Gala of Darkness, Luigi's Mansion, Soul Calibur 2, and Star Fox Adventures, I was very excited. Then found Switch 2 only. Oh, you talk about what, the GameCube? The game are all those games? Those games are coming? Yeah, like the lineup of games, right? Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Yeah, that's really good stuff. I like the fact that they're bringing over some of those games. Some of those games are more rare too, like Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. So yeah, it's time to get a Switch 2, I guess, right, King Spike? so I think it's time to get a Switch 2 if you want to play them on official hardware, at least, right? It's time to get a Switch 2, or at least try to find a Switch 2 if you want to get those games. But the good news is that all those games aren't coming at launch. They're going to be kind of drip fed throughout the year, probably. So probably into next year, maybe. So yeah, take your time, find one if you want. All we need is Skies, Billy Hatcher, and Star Fox. I think we need a bit more than that, but that would definitely be good to have those games, obviously. What's your question, Mr. Davis? Kirby Superstars. Yeah, Kirby Superstar is awesome. It's good stuff. OJ, is the July Nintendo Direct happening? I think either June or July. Yeah. I think June or July when we see the next Nintendo Direct. What's your question, Mr. Davis? And I got you. Yeah, Beautiful Joe is another good one. That I think that it'd be awesome to get, like Beautiful Joe. Absolutely. Do you think PSP will come back? PSP? Like Sony making a new handheld? Or yeah, I think Sony might make a new handheld. I don't know if it's gonna be a PSP though. Let's see here. I'm excited for Kirby Air Riders sequel on Switch 2. Yes, Kirby Air Riders. Well, it's Kirby Air Rider, then it's called Kirby Air Riders. So interesting. I think June is too close to the launch. I think that'd be perfect though. I mean, it is close to the launch, but you do one in June at the end. That gets people hyped for the second half of the year. July, August, September, October, November, December. So, I mean, June or July, one of the two. I mean, they usually have something in June, but yeah, it could be July because that is very close to the launch. They could have it at the end of June, or they could have it like mid-July. But either way, it doesn't really matter. The launch is going to be hype. There's obviously going to be Mario Kart. There's going to be games. So it's cool. If it's not there, that's fine. And then maybe they do something in July, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see here. Does anyone remember how long for the Switch 1 launch that they did the next Direct? Switch 1 launched in March, so all we got to do is we just got to look at the Directs that came out in 2017. So we can just look that up. 2017, all 2017 Nintendo. That's a good point to bring up. Nintendo Directs. So I think every Nintendo Direct presentation. So I got it right here. Every Direct presentation ever. So in 2017, they had a Nintendo Direct on in April. Yeah, so they waited to the next month. So that could lead to what Mr. Felipe is saying, or not Felipe. Yeah, Felipe. So they had one in April. So what they did this. They did in January of 2018. They did a Fire Emblem Direct. That's where they announced Fire Emblem Three Houses, and they announced Shadows of Valentia. And then on February 28th, they had a Nindies showcase. So a month later, and then they had the launch in March 3rd, right? And then in April 12th, they had a full Nintendo Direct that was about 36 minutes long. And then May 17th, they had an ARMS Direct. Then June 13th, they had an E3 Spotlight in June. Then July, they had a Splatoon 2 showcase. Then in August 30th, they had a Nindies showcase. Then September 13th, they had a Nintendo Direct. Then October 24th, they had a mobile showcase. Then November 7th, they had a Xenoblade 2 Direct. So yeah. That's pretty stacked. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 events through the year. So I would expect they're pretty much already on that pace. January, they had the reveal, the Switch 2 trailer reveal, whatever, right? That was January. Was it January? Yeah, I think it was January. And then they had the April 2nd thingy. And then we had a Direct before, actually. I think we had a Direct in March, right? We had a Direct right before that. And then we had the April 2nd Nintendo Direct. So yeah, we'll see. June or July. Kirby Air Ride, $90. Kirby Air Ride's probably not going to be $90. No Nintendo Switch games are 90. Nintendo Switch 2 games are 90. Let's see. Meanwhile, there's a Switch 2 limited edition of Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar on a combo cart. Nice. See a video about Switch 2 versus PS5. Talk about Final Fantasy. Oh, yeah. I did see that video. I did see the video. Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 Remake looks good on Switch 2 from the comparison so far. Yeah. But, you know, we got the creator vision video. They showed it. Looks like it's running pretty good. I mean, it looked like it was running solid gameplay wise, and graphics wise it looked great. I mean, in some respects, some people are zooming in on Cloud's face and looking like it looks a little bit better. Maybe some DLSS action going on there, some super resolution. So yeah, it's looking solid so far, right? So far so good. We'll see, you know, once it comes out, but yeah, so far so good. I read the Breath of the Wild Switch 2 edition is 90 because for some reason they're including the DLC in there when they don't do that for any other game. So, for some reason they're including the season pass in there as a cost for the game when it's optional, you know. People still going on the $90 USD-ish? Yeah, some people are. I think it's more just trolling now, more so like joking around more so than anything. You hear anything about Elena being added to Street Fighter 6? You hear anything about Elena? Yeah, they already added her. That's the African chick, right? Yeah, they're adding her on June. I think she comes out launch day for Switch 2, June whatever. So, or she's coming out soon. Yo, Jay, what's up, man? You live early? Yeah, I'm live early. I'm not gonna be on the Spawncast tonight. Think about trading in Pokemon Shining Pearl and Pokemon Shield. Be careful about trading in Pokemon games. For some reason, those usually end up becoming rare. So just most of the time, like if you have the cartridge, for some reason, I don't know why, but a lot of Pokemon games end up becoming rare down the line. So just be careful with stuff like that. FF7 remake was running at 30 frames per second while the other instance was running at 60. So I guess we're gonna have a performance mode. Yeah, I didn't want to say the performance because it did look like it was running at 60 sometimes, and then look at like it was running at 30. So maybe it's gonna be quality and performance. Maybe there's gonna be a 40 frames per second mode. You know, maybe there's gonna be something like that. I'm not really sure. Or maybe it's gonna be inconsistent 60. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. I hope that they do have the performance mode. But they said, hey, yeah, it's gonna be full spec. So I mean, you know, we're seeing other PS4 games like Yakuza come over, and I think they're running that at 4K 60, right, for that game. But that's like a PS3 remaster. But it's running better on Switch 2 than it is on PS4, from what I understand. Like, we have to wait and see once the game comes out. But you know, the Sega's uploading trailers in 4K 60, so It didn't run at 4K 60 on the on the PS4. So yeah. Battle of the Bridge is the song name. Okay, Battle of the Bridge. Okay, I'll play that for you now. Battle of the. That's why I couldn't find it. Battle of the Bridge. Kirby. Shoutouts. Yo, Justin with the $3 dono. Hey yo, DK.
Do you think games that support LAN play will work like LAN or like local on GameCube NSO?
It'll work just like it works on N64 NSO and all of that. So, on GameCube, if it supports LAN, I don't know. I don't think it'll do that. I don't think it will with the Switch 2, but we have to wait and see. I thought you were talking about like online play, but no, you're talking about LAN. So I don't know. I mean, it could, but I'm not 100% sure. So somebody, maybe if they can look that up, because I think like GBA, like Mario Kart supports LAN with other GBAs. So does that still work? So if that's the case, then maybe. Battle of the Bridge is from Kirby and the Forgotten Land. That's not from Kirby Planet Robobot. Yeah, that's from Kirby. Yeah, that's from Kirby. That's from Kirby and the Forgotten Land, not Planet Robobot. So yeah. Let's see here. Solid Jacob with the $10 dono. And says, took almost 4 years, but I finally got a sealed Metroid Dread CE at MSRP. Got get bodied scalping bums. I have patience of a Toad Sage. Hey, yo, let's go, man. Let's go. Thank you for the $10, or thank you for the $10, and then flipping the Switch with the 20.
I am now very curious about when the disruptor shows up on the scene, and when. Console industry is daring to be disrupted now. Also, got to 400 subs somehow today, Elmo.
Nice,
Thanks for your constant encouragement and support.
No problem. Flipping the Switch, thank you so much, man. Honestly, I think that the disruptor, once again, is going to be the Switch 2. The more that I look at things, the more that I see, wait a minute, Switch 2 is going to be that disruptor. Because, let me tell you the reason why. The reason why I think Switch 2 is going to be that disruptor once things get going is because it's going to be a combination of price and a combination of games and the higher spec. You're finally going to be able to get games that are on the other platforms built for the system. And third-party developers are going to finally see that having a bazillion watts of power does not mean the be-all, end-all. The Switch 1 already proved that. Now the Switch 2 is going to be even more. Now, will the Switch 2 disrupt the market as much as the Switch 1 in terms of sales? No. But I think years down the line, people are going to look at the Switch 1 and be like, yeah, it doesn't run whatever the newest Call of Duty game is at 5,000 frames per second, but it also doesn't cost $5,000, and you can play it anywhere that you want.
Sup Ninja.
You know?
Found a hilarious shorts vid if you want to see it. Check it out later on if you want.
Okay.
It's Naruto related.
All right, shout outs.
If not, play Critical Decision 2
We'll-
from Octopath Traveler 2.
We'll
Cheers, homies.
We'll play Critical Decision because there's too many copyrights going out with Naruto stuff, even if it's not directly from them. But yeah, shout outs though. Shout outs though. Thank you so much. Flipping the Switch with the $20. Jakin with the $10. Shinru with the $3. The Elite Ninjas. You guys are out here tonight, man. Let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Big love. Flipping the Switch, we got to get you on the board here as the sole stream ninja. Let's go. Flipping the Switch. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that.
LAN multiplayer does work on GBA NSO.
Okay.
I hope it works because Double Dash supports 16 players through
Oh,
it.
I've done Double Dash LAN and it's so fun. So yeah, that'd be good for sure. But now we can actually, you know, through LAN play, yeah, it supports that 16 players. But now we can actually have Mario Kart Double Dash online, like playing that with your friends. Like if you just, you know, so that's gonna be pretty cool, right? Yeah, I saw that rumor already, Elias. Unless you were linking that to somebody else. I already saw the rumor of the Arc System Works stuff. I made a video on it already, so I saw that, and that we kind of talked about it, right? So I've already seen the rumor. See the link on the update. Oh, Arc System Works. Oh, it's an update. What's the update? There's already an update. What the heck? Let me see if I can translate it. What's it say? Because it's in freaking Portuguese, and it's not telling me. It's not letting me switch the translation to English. All right, here we go. Now it is. Translate, man. I ain't speak no damn Portuguese. Updated. What's the update? The game released with Nintendo Switch distributed digital only. The theft, the data ArcSys service. Theft? Uh-oh. 2D adventure visual novel. Oh, man. Okay, yeah. If that's the case, then that's not super exciting. Okay, the same team responsible for another code. Okay. Yeah, that's not super exciting then. The link's already posted. Elias posted the link, so yeah. Elias posted it already. It's right there. So yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, that's not super exciting. I mean, it could still be a good game, but I'm not into visual novels really at all. Like, I did play Emio the Smiling Man, so I played that. That was actually pretty good, but yeah, I'm not really into visual novels. See, I thought it was gonna be another code related. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. But we'll see. We will see. Shoutouts though, Justin with another 3. Also, Tap, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys coming out, man. We out here. Another code 3. Switch to his perfect walks on water. It gives sight to the blind. Well, it's not. Well, hold up. Nobody said all that. It's probably Hotel Dusk. Hotel Dusk. Yeah, maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's something different. We'll see. Hotel Dusk would be interesting. That's an interesting franchise. Let's see. When do pre-orders drop for regular NSO members? Didn't get the invite for the GameCube controller. I think it's May 13th, so next week. Yeah, next Tuesday. Let's see. They have to be pissed. I know that they are. Probably. Having leaks is never fun. You know, especially if it's taken, stolen. So yeah, stuff like that's definitely not fun. So I even try to hesitate when I cover stuff like that. I just thought it was like a regular rumor, but having stuff's jacked and stolen, that's not cool at all, you know? So yeah. Let's see. So it's another code. Wow. Well, no, it's not that it's another code. That's not it. They're just saying that the same team. So they're not saying that it's another code 100%. They're just saying that the team that did that. So it seems like a visual novel. Another code isn't quite a visual novel. It's kind of like a hybrid blend of like an adventure game and like point and click and like visual. It's kind of like mixed together. It's kind of like all mixed together, but it's not quite like the typical visual novel where it's like static image. Here's a bunch of text. Like another code actually has like gameplay, you know? So it could be something like that too. Let's see here. Let's see here. Do you think that we'll get a direct in June? I mean, maybe June or July, something like that. June or July. Yeah, they said digital only as well, like a digital only title, but which it's like whatever. If it's a small game, I don't really care about digital only titles if it's a small game. But yes, I mean, you're repeating the same thing that I'm repeating right now, Netflix. So, you're repeating the same thing that I'm repeating. So yeah. This is what's wrong with the D-pad. Sometimes it would miss inputs on the Switch 1 Pro controller. Just it wasn't necessarily as accurate as it could be. But apparently somebody that got some hands-on time with the Switch 2 Pro controller said that they tested out all the inputs, your sliding Hadoukens, and they said that it works. It works a lot better than what you saw with the Switch 1 Pro controller. So this is the Tears of the Kingdom Switch 1 Pro controller. And from what I understand, the process for the D-pad maybe got a little bit better over the course of the life of the Switch 1. So the latest D-pads might be a little bit better than like the Switch, like your launch model ones, or like 2017, 2018, 2019. So yeah. So we'll see for sure. Hey, what's up, Donkey? Welcome. Let's see here. So the consensus, the Pro is better than Power A. The consensus is better than Power. I don't know about anything Pro being better than Power A. I'm not sure about all that, House Gang. Do you see the rumor of ArcSys? Yeah, we just got done talking about that, Craig. You must have just got here. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be like a follow-up, or it's going to be some type of hybrid visual novel action game or something like that. Maybe like another code the team that's handling that game or that handled that game is going to be doing this, so it could be something like that. So yeah, a little late on that one, but like I said, we're talking about it right now, which it's in the title as well. So, but yeah, it's not going to be anything super crazy, at least for right now. Maybe we have to wait and see, right? We have to wait and see. But yes, I mean that's in the title. So yes, I saw the rumor because it's in the title. Yeah, I know you just got here, but it's in the title. So so yes, I saw it. If it's in the title, I definitely saw that. I definitely saw it. Craigio Gaming 96. Why would this game not be for Switch 1? I don't know, man. We'll see. Mr. Davis has got a good question about Switch 2. Do you think it might get the game on the Bonda Switch 2? Talk about Grand Blue. Oh, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink? Yeah, sure, maybe. Maybe. Let's see. Tetris 99 is a good game to test the D-pad. Tetris 99. Yeah, that might be a good game. What's up, Superpower Man? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Welcome. Yeah, so it's definitely good to see that the Pro Controller, if it is fixed or if it is better, you definitely like to see stuff like that for sure. Like to see stuff like that for sure. Shout outs though. Appreciate you guys coming through. Make sure you hit that like button. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. So yeah. OJ, did you see this? ArcSys Works leaks allegedly confirmed Nintendo is only offering game key cards or 64GB cards for Switch 2 physicals. I've been holding off on Grand Blue. I did see the rumor, but that's already a rumor that's been out there, right, Felipe? So we have to wait and see. We have to crack open those the Donkey Kong cart, and we have to crack open the Mario Kart cart. Then we kind of have to go from there. That's why I said on the other day, though, if the rumor is true, that maybe down the line, if the manufacturing process gets 32 and gets other 16, then we can finally see some more games that could fit on a 32GB cartridge actually get real physical editions, or games that can fit on that get real physical editions. So, but I think the problem though is that there's a lot of games, third-party games, that are over, you know, the 32GB limit, right? That they opted to not go with the 64, you know. So Street Fighter is one of those games. There's other titles as well, like obviously Split Fiction, that's 71GB, so they didn't optimize it to get it down to fit on that. So there's a number of games that, you know, even with the key card situation, like, oh, they only offered 64, that they opted to not use 64 either. So yeah. Let's see here. OJ's favorite catchphrase, we have to say. I have to say we have to. It is my favorite catchphrase, because if I say something, people will take it as I said it right then and there, and then they'll come to my stream and say, they'll put I got you moments, like, OJ, I got you. You said this, and I'm like, no. So I like to say we have to wait and see, and I like to say it over and over, because literally that's what it is. We have to wait and see. I do use that a lot, though. That's true. I do use that a ton. But I like to say it, and I've drilled it in my head to say. I didn't used to say it before, but now I say it a lot because I have people try to come back and do gotchas on me all the time. So, yes, wait and see. You know, because people run with stuff. If I say it, they'll run with it. So, we gotta wait and see. Let's see here. I think I probably use it at least more than 5 times. I probably use it at least 15 to 20 times per stream. Because I answer a lot of questions from you guys. So a lot of the stuff that you guys ask will be like, what happens in the future? So I'll say my thoughts, and then I'll be like, but we gotta wait and see. Maybe I'll go with, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll switch it up, or it's a possibility in the future. Maybe I'll try to switch it up a little bit. Let me use it. Let me bust out a thesaurus and use something a bit different. Let me get a couple different in my vocab, you know. Let's see. Been holding Grand Blue Metaphor to see them on Switch. Yes, Grand Blue and Metaphor. I think those are coming, but it's probably going to happen. It's not a wait and see on Metaphor. Metaphor is probably going to happen. Grand Blue is, we have to wait and see. Plan for Mother's Day, hang out with my mom. So yeah. Shout outs to Andre, says lots of information, certain retailer forcing pro memberships for pre-orders. Pro memberships for pre-orders? What are you talking about? Let's see, as long as you're not setting yourself for, was the I was wrong? Yeah, the I was wrong video. Because I mean, but the thing about YouTubers is that they like the I was wrong video. Like I was wrong videos are their favorite videos to make because you can make a ton of money off of I was wrong videos. Trust me, I know, because I've done the I was wrong videos before. I haven't done a lot of them because, you know, I'm not wrong a ton on things when it comes to some stuff, but I am wrong at times, and I've done the I was wrong videos before. But YouTubers love I was wrong. Because they got their clickbait money. My boy was like, "You're not wrong, Dad," in the background. They got their clickbait money, right? Saying whatever they're gonna say, and then later they can say, "Oh, well, I was wrong about it. Here we go." You know, so yeah. They love the I was wrong vids, man. Those are their favorite vids to make. Make a place to make I was wrong about the Steam Deck and just trash it more if I'm the PC bot. I'm not gonna do that because those people are crazy. Like the Steam Deck people that I've ran into, like it was so funny on Twitter the other day. I wanted to invite some guy on because he was like, "Oh well, you're part of the Nintendo Defense Force on Twitter. You're always defending them." I said, "Okay, well, what tweets am I always defending them? Just pull up some tweets." And he couldn't find any tweets. He kept on just saying, "Oh, well, what you said to the Microsoft fanboy." I'm like, yeah, because I told some Jazz, the Microsoft dude, I told him that there's other games outside of that aren't just for casuals and kids. I just told him a fact. I said, what tweets that I make are illogical when it comes to Nintendo. People don't, and this is why I said the other day that people don't like logical, like, information on Nintendo that doesn't confirm their bias. They want someone to be angry and upset. If you're not angry and upset and getting mad at something, and if you make logical tweets on Nintendo or logical information on Nintendo, what stuff that's factually, like factual, people don't like that because it doesn't jive with their feelings on to be angry about. So then they transform logical tweets or conversations about Nintendo into defense. No, if someone says they make casual games that are only for kids, and I say, well, no, there's X, Y, and Z. That's a factual statement. Xenoblade is not only for kids or a casual game, like for like little children. Like that's factual that it's not because of the writing, because of the story, because of the things. It's not the same. So if someone makes a factual statement about the games, that's not defense. That's literally telling the truth about a situation. So a lot of people online will take factual statements that don't jive with their personal opinion as defense. So I asked him, what are all my illogical tweets that are defending? And he couldn't pull up nothing, of course. And so I invited him to come on the show. He refused. He's like, "Oh, I'm not going to be making a spectacle out of me." I'm like, "All right, man, but you know, this is what I'm talking about with people online, you know? This is exactly what I'm talking about with people online." So that's the situation that we're looking at right now. You know, the I was wrong video, I don't do it much because I don't be making a bunch of crazy statements on Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo to make I was wrong videos later, right? I don't be making that. I usually make logical statements on Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. So I don't have to make I was wrong videos later because most of my statements are grounded in reality. You know, like they're grounded in reality overall. So yeah. Let's see here. But anyway, to go back to the Steam Deck thing, right? My Steam Deck video got those people mad because they were angry about the Nintendo Switch 2. Not because of what I said was illogical, not because of what I said was defending or fanboy. Nothing in the video was like that at all. Okay, nothing in the, you're not a fanboy if you want to buy a system. If somebody wants to buy a PlayStation, they're not a fanboy. If they want to buy an Xbox, you're not a fanboy. You're not illogical or you're not hypocritical if you want to buy a video game system. But people online, to push their own narrative, they will put themselves in this mindset that anybody that's excited for a system that they're not excited for or that they don't like, they're fanboys, they're crazy, they're illogical, they're bootlickers, they're stupid. And that's why nobody that I've offered to come on that calls names, not a single person, content creator or not, nobody has actually done it yet. There is one guy that wants to come on. We have to get that situated. But everybody else that I've offered to come on to talk about this, because I really want to destroy this narrative, because it's a stupid narrative. And I really want to bring someone on that's a content creator that actually has an audience, so I can absolutely obliterate them and their audience on this type of stuff. But nobody's dumb enough that actually has a base of people to come on and talk about it that way, right? That likes to call bootlicker names like to me or anything. So that's the reason why I've struggled to get people on, you know? Because they'd sound stupid. It really is dumb. So I say, okay, so if I'm excited for a system, I'm a bootlicker. So if I'm excited to, I was excited to buy the Xbox Series, I was excited to buy the PS5, am I still a bootlicker? I sold some stuff to get a PS5. I just didn't say anything. I sold some things here and there. Does that make me one too? What's the difference between that and this? Oh, is it because it's Nintendo and I cover that more? See what I'm saying? It's like stupid stuff, right? It's really dumb. It's really dumb, juvenile nonsense, you know, from weirdos, nonsense garbage from weirdos that like to just drama farm stuff. But yeah, I still haven't got anybody to come on yet. So, so I would say debate Smash JT. Smash JT doesn't call me names. So I'm not going to debate Smash JT. We're actually friends. I don't like some of the stuff that he does, I'll be honest, but that doesn't mean that we're not cool. I wouldn't even say friends. I just say we're acquaintances. We've worked together before in the past. I don't dislike him, but I've told him that I don't like some of the stuff that he said, and he said noted. And we have a mutual respect on that, and that's fine, you know, and that's completely fine. But I don't like some of the stuff that he does. But it's okay. You know, he's doing his thing. He's making plenty of money doing it, so I can't fault him for that. Let's see. OJ, you never asked me. What? OJ, you never asked me. I'm pretty dumb. Never asked you. I agree. I love my PS5, but if others don't like it, that's okay. Same with Switch 1. I have it, and I'm like, about it because I feel it's outdated, which is why Switch 2, which is why I got the Switch 2, but who cares? Okay, yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Hold up. My chat froze. Give me just 1 second. Here we go. Half these guys hate on Nintendo. Don't even know with out Nintendo. You ain't got no Sony, PlayStation, probably no Xbox. And I don't think that's really even the case. I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying, Muchi, but that's not even really for me the case. It's you're not allowed to be a fan of Nintendo. If you're a fan of Nintendo, you're a fanboy. You're this, you're that. Like you're crazy. You're illogical. You're a bootlicker. You're all these things. You're not allowed. I can say the same exact thing with PlayStation, or I can be excited about a PlayStation game, and I don't get that same type of energy. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem that I have. It's that it's hypocritical, as that it's stupid. A lot of these people are also the same way as well. But that's online culture. I already know that. Like I'm not you know, dumb when it comes to stuff like that. People online just say whatever they want. So yeah. Also that video that RGT did on gaming analysis, I think an analyst was funny. I didn't see the video, so yeah. You still play fighting games, OJ? Not really, outside of Smash Brothers, but I don't even play that much anymore, so not really. Speaking of Switch 2, how come we haven't heard talks of third-party Switch 2 upgrade? We need to tell you, Yumiya get a boost. Some games, there's been some, so like, let's say, that one game, what is it? Fantasy Life, that's also getting an upgrade, but some developers are not actually doing an upgrade. They're simply just doing a new version of the game. So think like Persona 5 Royal on the PS4 and Persona 5 Royal on the PS5. There is no upgrade. It's a separate version of the game that you got to buy separately. Like Hogwarts is doing that. Who else is doing that? There's a couple of developers that are doing that, where there is no actual upgrade path. It's just the Switch 2 version of the game. So Atelier Yumiya might be like that. It might not be an upgrade because then it's gonna look like the Switch version, which doesn't look anywhere near as good. It's just gonna look like a really smooth Switch version of the game, like a much better frame rate and resolution of the Switch version. What you'd want is the actual PS4, PS5 version of the game. So I'm guessing that one is going to be a new version of the game that they're just gonna release for a price. So we'll see though. Yeah, Right Owl is the same thing, right? There's a Switch 1 version, then there's a Switch 2 version. There is no upgrade path. Sonic is the same thing. There's a Switch 1 version, and there's a Switch 2 version of Sonic Cross Shadow. So, yeah, I think a lot of devs, at least at the start, are going to be like that right now. You know? You should stream some FGs, OJ. Some fighting games. Maybe I'll stream some Street Fighter when that comes out on Switch 2. Is there going to be any difference between playing a game on Switch versus Switch 2, even if there isn't an update to the game? Yes. So that's a good question. That's maybe a video that I can make. So the Switch 2 doesn't have native ghetto backwards compatibility. And what I mean by ghetto backwards compatibility is that Nintendo didn't take a Switch 1 and jam it into a Switch 2 like they usually do with their older hardware. They just take the hardware that was before and jam it into the new hardware. The Wii and the Wii U, they just took a Wii and jammed it into the Wii U for the most part. Same thing with the GBA to the DS, DS to the 3DS. The Switch is emulation with some hardware calculations. So it's a little bit of a hybrid of mostly emulation with a little bit of hardware familiarity that's causing it to do backwards compatibility. So because of that, it can technically run games a little bit better. You might see games that actually get a nice boost or not. There is no guarantee. Now, this was revealed at Nintendo's, they had a 4-part series where they talked about everything to do with the Nintendo Switch 2, the development of it, when they started, backwards compatibility, and they revealed that, yeah, when we were testing out backwards compatibility, before even patches or anything, games would just run better because it's emulated. So yes, some games could run a lot better. Some games could run the same. Some games could be slightly better. Some games could load faster. It's all going to be dependent. Now, the games that get patches, those ones they actually went back and kind of tweaked things a little bit so it is optimized for the Switch 2. So the patch, so like the 12 games that we have starting out, right? Like Super Mario Odyssey, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Those are the games that we know that are going back and getting patched. But there could be other games that actually run better, load faster and all that. But it's going to vary. It's not going to be any type of set thing that we know right now. The new user agreement is the same thing that we've had now, Craig. You got clickbaited by YouTubers and websites. It's the same thing that we've had for 20 years now. It's actually no different, and it's like actually the same thing that we've had for Microsoft and Sony as well. So no, you just got clickbaited. It's not crazy at all. It's the same thing. Let's see. Here's the hope in 60 frames per second Xenoblade 2. Hoping. I don't think it's going to be without a patch. You would need a patch to get it to 60. If anything, lock 30, but probably not a 60 without a patch. Let's see here. You gonna play some Soul Calibur 2 launch date? No, probably not. No. So are you getting Capcom Fighting Collection 2? I'll probably pick it up. Yeah. What if Arc System 2 is the game? Well, we already know what it might be, guys, and it looks like it might be like another Code type of game. So like a visual novel or some type of action adventure visual novel thing. So it looks like it's the same team. Now it could be something different from them, but that might be what it is based off of some of the more of the leaks. What's up, Epic Globster? Welcome to the stream. Did we talk about Guilty Gear Strive source code leak? Guilty Gear Strive source code leak? I didn't even know about that. No. Is it gonna? So yeah. Do you know any unique accessories for Switch 2 you're excited for? No, nothing right now. And outside of the camera, I don't know if that's unique though, but I'm excited for that. Hey, what's up, Sis? Welcome. How you doing today? Welcome. What's up, Weekend Gamer? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Are we going to talk about disturbing things? Nintendo, like, we can talk about that. Once again, it's the same stuff that they've had in there for 20 plus years. There's nothing different. There isn't anything crazy. People who mod, or if you hack, or if you do different things to your system, you could potentially lose your account, and there can be problems with your account. It's the same stuff, or problems with your system. It's the same thing that we've seen for 20 plus years. So it's not anything crazy. You're letting YouTubers once again hack, or you're letting YouTubers once again clickbait you into thinking that it's something different. All these companies have the same thing. So no. Are we going to talk? No, there is no outrage, and I'm not going to sit here and make it into something because YouTubers told you to be angry. Stop it. It's been like this for 20 plus years. You go back to the Wii era, you go back to any system is the same thing. So no. But if you want to go talk about it, or if you want to talk about it here, if you want to get angry or upset or rage or don't buy the system, feel free. Don't do it. But no, we're not going to sit here and get raged over what YouTubers are telling you. I read it. It's nothing different than anything before. So no. Let's see. I don't know who's going to win the NBA championship. I'm not sure. El Camachi with the 90 months. Yo, shout outs to 90 months. Dang. How long? Almost 100 months. That's crazy. With the Jonan says, yo, brother, what's up? Hope you're well. Sorry, I haven't been around. All great. Hey, y'all. Great to see y'all. Players is going strong. Yes, sir. Hey, shout out. Thank you so much, El Camachi. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Are there any games that you plan to replay specifically for Switch 2 upgrades? Yes. Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. All the Nintendo Switch 2 editions that have already came out. on Switch 1. So like Kirby and the Forgotten Land, yeah, all those. And then probably like I'll check out some of the other games like Super Mario Odyssey. I'll check out Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Definitely Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Yeah, that game too. So 90 months though. You guys give some love to El Kamachi though. I appreciate that. So yeah. There's a new report stating that Arc System leaks from Nintendo offer GameCube card 64GB cartridge. Yeah, I did see that, but once again, we have to wait and see. Oh my god, I said that again. We have to wait and see on that one, so we'll see. Are you talking about bricking? Are you talking about brick Nintendo? Nintendo's not gonna brick your system, so it's the same thing that they've had in their terms of service and all that for 20 plus years. So yeah, but if you're worried about that, then don't buy it. I'm not farming any outrage on stupidity, guys. We ain't doing that here, man. There's been enough misinformation and stupid stuff on Switch 2. I'm not spending my time farming it here. So if you want to talk about it, like I said, you can go to some other YouTuber that's farming outrage off of you, but that's stupid, guys. Listen, if you hack and do crazy stuff to your system, it could get bricked. If you do, they could ban your account. That's the same thing that we've had in all systems. That's just how it is. So yeah, if you don't like it, then don't buy the system. You know, plain and simple. That's it. And that it starts and stops right there. We talked about it. I'm not getting outraged over stupidity, guys. So you're saying YouTubers exaggerated? What changed? Yeah, like I said, don't buy it then. If that's gonna make, if that's what you want to do with the system, you want to hack and mod and glitch and do all that type of stuff and expect to not get your system banned or something, then be upset, then be angry. Don't buy it. I don't care. But I'm done with this whole crazy fake outrage stuff that people are doing. It's stupid. Like it's dumb as hell. Then don't buy the system and move on. But I'm not gonna spend my whole stream freaking getting outraged over something that's been in the freaking terms of service for like 20 plus years, since like the Wii. Like that's dumb. So yeah, that's that. Let's see. How is Cyberpunk on 64GB cartridge but other systems it's well over 100 with DLC? Because you don't need 4K textures and stuff like that. Higher textures and then also optimization as well. So yeah. Let's see. The thing is, people won't stop. People won't stop themselves from buying it. Yeah, like I said, I don't care. Y'all do whatever you want. If you want to get angry about it, get angry about it. But you're not gonna come to me to cry and whine. Like, or if you want to cry and whine, go ahead, feel free. But if you're expecting me to get outraged with you, nah, it's stupid. It's dumb. So yeah, that's what you're expecting. Like, are we gonna talk about it? No. Go on some outrage video. Go talk to everybody there that are getting crazy about it. It's dumb as hell, guys. Like, come on. I'm tired of this nonsense because like there's too much clickbait, guys. There's way too much false information and clickbait. Let's just. I'm good. I'm like I said, I'm over it. Like I'm already over it. So yeah. Let's see about Ubisoft Nintendo Just Dance compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. Bro, I do not care about Just Dance, bro. Ain't nobody care about no damn Just Dance. Let's see. The hype outweighs the hate, OJ. I don't really, like I said, it's not even hate. It's just people looking to be outraged. So it's not even hate. It's just people looking to be upset. The same thing has been in there for a long time in terms of agreements with TOS. It's literally, you go on Microsoft and Sony's, it's very similar verbiage, just said differently. So, no. Like, I'm not gonna be baited into being outraged. That's dumb. It's dumb as hell. I'll tell you guys once, I'll say it again. Call me names, call me fanboy, call me whatever you want to. I don't care. Microsoft and Sony can have the exact same terms of service, which they do, just said differently. And I don't care. I don't care. I'll never care. If you want to hack, mod, and glitch and all that, get a PC and do it on your PC. Just do that. So I don't care. So you're not going to get me to be outraged over what you're angry about. I'm so sick and tired of people trying to bait people into being angry. Like, no, I'm not. Oh, well. Or too bad, so sad. Whatever, you know? Let's see here. But do you think Age of Empires is going to be announced after they release the Xbox event? I'm not sure, Ninja, please. We'll see. Let's see. Recently playing Far Cry 4 on my PS5. The only thing I would have liked upgraded. Shout out to Netflix. I do not care about Far Cry 4 though, but I'm glad that you're having fun. People really out here getting outraged over something that's been around since the Wii era. Microsoft and Sony literally have the same. I think the EULA. Shaking my head. Yeah, exactly. Don't care. Long hair, don't care. Was it just like GCast guy said it's stupid about call him out? I'm not calling out anybody that does that. I've already stated, guys, I don't watch news tubers or outrage tubers, so I'm not trying to call out any of my friends or anybody else that does whatever. You know, I got a glare on my screen. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. There we go. So, I'm not trying to call out anybody that does that. Whatever they want to do for clicks or whatever they want to do, whatever they want to talk about on their shows, that's fine as well. So, I'm just not watching. I'm not watching because it's stupid. I'm not watching personally. Let's see here. No, I don't love Just Dance. Although I will say this, the closest that I ever loved to actually liking Just Dance, there's a game called Michael Jackson The Experience on the Wii, and because I love Michael Jackson's music, I do love that game, and I had a lot of fun playing it back in the day. But yeah, I did play that game. That's the closest that I'll ever get to liking Just Dance, was Michael Jackson The Experience. It was so good though. It was great. They had choreographed music. They had people that danced just like Michael Jackson in there. And like, it was so good. I mean, the game didn't work. Like, you can just wave around all stupidly and like not even do the same dance moves because there was no camera. But yeah, it was cool. I played that. I played that time. I played that game a number of times back in the day. So yeah. My point is that being characters look largely fine. Yeah, that's fine, Netflix. I actually don't want to talk about Far Cry 4 at all. I have zero interest in Far Cry 4. So whatever you like or dislike about it, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever you're trying to say about, I agree with you. But yeah, I don't care about Far Cry 4. So yeah. Shout outs to MJ and Quincy Jones, baby. Always put on the reference for speakers. Oh yeah. Glad I subbed to OJ. At least you provide genuine news vids. Everybody provides something different. So if you're looking to get angry, that's fine. That's fine. Fine. Watch those videos. Get angry. If you're looking to be outraged or upset, then watch the videos to be outraged or upset. When there's something that's a problem, I'll bring it up. If I see something isn't a problem, I won't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not here to get outraged for your clicks. I'm here to give you guys information and talk about what I'm gonna talk about. But I'm not here to get outrage clicks or to get, you know, scare tactics or rage bait tactics clicks or stuff like that. I'm here to talk about the games, and if I get clicks based off my news videos, then I get the clicks. If I don't, then I don't. That's just really what it comes down to. But it's not going to be any type of nonsense, you know. It's going to be straight up. It's going to be how I feel, and it's going to be my honest opinion at the end of the day. You know, it's going to be my honest opinion. And I'm not saying that other people don't have their honest opinions. Some people actually spaz out and freak out and get worried about every single little thing. That's never been me, you know. I think as an athlete, it's just, as a former athlete, you're just built to not freak out and spaz out about things because you got to play a whole game. So I think a lot of the people that freak out and spaz out never actually played organized sports. Like, you know, they you know, they're used to being spazzed out and freaking out about things. But when you were an athlete, you were taught not to spaz out and not to freak out about, you know, no matter how up or down. So my thought process when things aren't necessarily what I want is not to be like, oh my God, like some people on Twitter or on YouTube. Like, and that's how some people are. It's built into their nature to spaz out about things before they've even read, you know. Also, I can read too. I can read at a high level. I graduated from college. A lot of people are really stupid and they can't read at a like better than like a 6th grade level. So there's a lot of YouTubers that barely have any reading comprehension or can barely read at like a 6th or 7th grade level, but they're successful on YouTube, which you don't really need to be that much smarter than a 6th or 7th grade to, you know, make YouTube videos, to be honest. But I can also read at a high level, so therefore when I read things, I interpret things differently than other people that have a very low reading comprehension or not a great reading comprehension. So you also have to factor that in too, like reading comprehension levels of people. GameCube 180 with the $6.99 and says, sup OJ, how you been? I've been good. Wouldn't it make sense for Nintendo to have Switch 2 SKU dockless and region free locked for 400 worldwide and not only in Japan? No, it makes no sense to do something like that. And the reason why I say it makes no sense to do something like that, because you're splitting up the potential buying power of the system, and you're making things more confusing. Japan, it makes sense because that region can always have customization, plus you also have the less tariffs and things like that, so it makes sense in Japan. The shipping's faster, it's cheaper, it's all there. But to do that to different regions and then for people to be waiting for maybe one like that or not, it just makes things more difficult. It's better to have one bundle. It's better to have one thing for the rest of the world. So yeah, I'm not buying anything Nintendo anymore, but I would encourage others to protect themselves. Then you probably shouldn't buy anything else because they all have similar things in there, Wally Tiger. So you should probably only buy PC, because if you read the TOS of anything else, then it's the same thing. And if you want to do that, you shouldn't go online anyway. So if you're going to hack or you're going to mod or glitch or whatever, you shouldn't be going online anyway. So yeah. But it's the same thing with Microsoft and Sony. So if I were you, I wouldn't buy anything else. I wouldn't buy anything outside of PC, because they have the same thing. And especially with the next systems coming up, trust me, they're going to have verbiage in there. Like if you're hacking or if you're modding or glitching, they're going to have stuff in there as well. They already do. So yeah. Nobody took away your consumer rights. You're just watching YouTubers that are telling you that. You're just watching YouTubers that are telling you that. But it's all good, man. Do whatever. Actually, to be honest, I don't care. Don't ever buy anything ever again. I don't care. Get whatever you want. Play whatever you want, buy whatever you want. You don't want to play the games because you want to steal games, that's fine. Then don't buy it. You weren't gonna, what's it called? You weren't gonna buy the games anyway. All right. Let's see here. I'm specifically talking about class action waiver, specifically talking about that. What? Because you can't sue them? Because you can't sue them for stuff? And like I said, that's fine. Then if that's the case, then that's fine. Then don't buy it. Nobody cares. I don't care what people buy or what they don't buy, then don't buy. But yeah, I'm not going to sue them for anything. There's nothing that I'm going to sue them for because one, I'm not going to win. So one, I'm not going to win. And two, if there's ever an issue with your system, you have a warranty or you have that, you can simply send it back in and you can get it fixed. Or there can be that you don't really got to sue for anything. I've never thought about suing Microsoft or Sony or anything, Microsoft, Nintendo, or Sony for anything. Usually if there's a problem with your system, you can send it back in and they'll fix it for you, especially if it's under warranty. So I don't really have any issue with that, but I mean, if that's your issue, that's fine too. So yeah. Hey OJ, a video game collection do you want that hasn't come out yet? What video game collection do you want that hasn't come out yet? I'm not sure. The only time emulation is okay is lost games companies won't release anymore. Anyone does that? I mean, you can use a PC for emulation, so that's fine, you know. Let's see here. I think people just repeat buzzwords that they hear and don't even know what the buzzwords actually mean. Yeah, exactly. People just repeating buzzwords that they hear online and then get angry and upset and watch YouTubers that tell you to get angry. So that's really that's kind of like what it is here. So, yeah. Let's see here. Let's see, the red ring, LOL, those were the days. Yeah, the red ring of death. That was crazy, right? Sue them, get angry, consumer rights taken away. Oh, man. I don't think there's going to be a dockless Switch 2. I think, well, a Switch Lite, yeah. Switch 2 Lite, that doesn't dock, yes. But I don't think there's going to be anything at the launch in terms of that for, like, removing that and selling it for $400 or the dock's $100. That's how much the dock costs separately. So they're not gonna remove it and only charge $50 less. If anything, they're gonna do a Switch 2 Lite. So yeah. I'm over the drama. Didn't care initially and couldn't care less now. Yeah, exactly. People are just looking for reasons to be upset and they're looking for reasons to complain online. So yeah, don't want to buy it, don't buy it. Nobody cares. Nobody cares anymore, man. Everybody is over it. We saw with the pre-orders, people were saying that nobody's going to pre-order the system. Nobody's going to buy it because of being angry. Bro, for every one person that says they're not going to, somebody else will buy it. And especially in the future when they come out with games. People that play games, they want to play video games. Most gamers want to play games. They don't want to be online and get outraged about things 24/7. You guys want to play games. That's what's most important. You guys want to play the games. You guys want to enjoy and have fun. Not sit here and get outraged all day by YouTubers or by whatever, right? It's the same thing that I say with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm just saying facts. I'm not saying anything that's defending her. I'm just telling you guys what the truth is. The truth is most people just want to play games and have fun. Some people don't. Some people want to be outraged and mad. Some people live very miserable lives. I'm not saying that people here, you guys live miserable lives, but I'm just saying some of y'all are miserable. And you guys, some people do live miserable lives, and this is a way to get them angry. let me give you guys another example. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I had a lot of issues with that game. There was a lot of videos that people made very angry about that game. But did gamers care? Not really. People just, yeah, they were upset that maybe it wasn't as good, but they're like, hey, look, I just want to play the game. I don't care what YouTuber says online about the game. Like, I'm just gonna play and I'm gonna enjoy the game. I don't care, you know, what you think. And that's kind of what I've realized is that we are in the smallest of echo chamber. I could have all 236 of you guys saying the same thing about how you're not gonna buy something, and it wouldn't even matter. It's like literally a drop in an ocean of the actual people that are going to buy stuff or anything like that. So it doesn't really matter. That's why I'm saying getting fake outraged about what YouTubers are saying, it doesn't really matter. It's irrelevant at the end of the day. We saw that with so many other things. We saw that before the pre-orders. I had people telling me that nobody's going to pre-order the system. Nobody's going to buy it. It's not going to sell well. It's going to do this and that's going to flop like Wii U. And then now all of a sudden that talk went away. That talk went away real quick, right? So yeah, it's whatever. You guys aren't going to bait me into being outraged over something, but if you want to be angry, feel free. I'm going to enjoy the games and the systems, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, whoever. I'm going to enjoy them. I'm not going to worry about trying to class action lawsuits against $1 billion company. You ain't going to win anyway. So let's see. Reddit is a great place to see echo chamber. The amount of basement dwelling car bed sleeping neckbeards on that platform is crazy. Yeah. What games do you think Nintendo has in the sleeve waiting to come out later this year? I'm not really sure. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah. What's up, Nova? Welcome. Remember when people tried to boycott Hogwarts Legacy? Oh yeah, Hogwarts. Yeah, how'd that Hogwarts Legacy boycott work out for you? Man, I'm glad that you brought that one up, because that's at least, like, I guess it came over to Nintendo earlier, but obviously they sold like 20 million copies before Nintendo Switch version came out. They sold like another 1 million plus copies. Like, yeah, how'd that Hogwarts Legacy boycott work out? That's what I said. Like, y'all gotta stop being outraged over somebody. Like, listen, J.K. Rowling or Rowling, whatever her name is, bruh, she says what she's got. She says what she says. It is what it is with her. I know how some people feel, but it is what it is. Like, if I want to play Hogwarts Legacy, I don't give a damn about J.K. Rowling and what she has to say on over there. That ain't my problem. I don't really care. Whatever. There's a bunch of other developers that are literally bought the license to make the game. She wasn't involved in the actual she wasn't the freaking lead head developer of Hogwarts Legacy, you know? So they just bought a license to an IP, bro. So people out here trying to rage bait you, which we saw, by the way, rage baiting people, trying to rage bait, say they're not going to buy Hogwarts. Yeah, how'd that work out? People that wanted Hogwarts Legacy bought Hogwarts Legacy, and they still buying it. It's still one of the best-selling games. And they still buying Hogwarts Legacy. So worried you won't be able to hold your Switch 2 broken left wrist. Oh man, sorry to hear about that. Hope they don't boycott Switch 2, otherwise they'll sell 20 million this year. It'll be difficult to get. Yeah. How about the Bayonetta? Well, the Bayonetta 3 boycott got turned on its head because we found out the new information after that. But I think something like Bayonetta, like that one, boycotts can hurt because that's already a smaller IP. But boycotts on like Pokemon, or boycotts on like, you know, like the Switch, or boycotts on like Hogwarts, like a good licensed game, yeah, that's probably not gonna work. That's probably not. Yeah, best-selling game of the year. Yeah, I think it was, what, 2023, right? Best-selling game of the year. So there you go. There you go. So yeah. Hello, Bayonutters. Oh man. But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up here though, guys, just because I gotta get ready and I gotta bounce to my homie's house. He's having his birthday party. So I want to say thank you. I appreciate it. Shout outs. Can't wait for the Switch to be. I'm glad that we didn't get pulled into any BS. I know there was people that were trying to do that here today, and I'm super glad and proud of myself that I didn't go back and forth arguing. We got to make sure, like I said, we got to add the tax. I wasn't going to ask for any troll tip tax because I don't think the people that were actually asking about it were troll tips or were trolls, because I've seen them in here before. But I'm happy that we're just like, we're not falling for the BS anymore. Like I said, y'all want to be angry and rage, there's plenty of places. For everybody else that just wants to play games and enjoy, that's what we're going to be doing here. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, PC. I'm not worried about fake raging and fake, because like that's what y'all do. That's what some of y'all doing. Y'all watching YouTubers then trying to get me to come here and rage, and it's not happening. I don't care what you buy. I don't care what you sell. I don't care what you play. Honestly, like, and I mean that like 1,000%. Y'all buy, sell, trade, play, do whatever you want. I don't care. I don't claim none of y'all on my taxes, so I don't care where none of y'all money's going. Y'all want to support? Y'all support. Y'all want to buy this? Then don't. Y'all want to try to sue Nintendo? Sue them. Good luck. You want to sue Microsoft and Sony for the same thing? Feel free. Have fun. Your consumer rights need to be protected, right? Go ahead. Have fun. See how much money and time that you spend wasting it. So sue, do whatever you need to do. I don't care. I am excited for the games. I'm excited to talk about the actual relevant topics, good or bad. We'll get into stuff like that, right? Like the 64GB cartridge stuff. We got to discuss more about that compared to 8GB, what's going on game key cards, things like that. The actual issues we'll discuss and we'll talk about, but not the fake stuff. That stuff's nonsense. Nobody cares. Sorry, I hit my mic. Nobody cares what you buy and sell. Do whatever you want. I don't care. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. Appreciate you guys. Ryan said it was your, let's see here. I clicked the scene of OJ's illiterate YouTuber impression. What was my illiterate YouTuber impression? Some of these YouTubers are illiterate, though. I'll keep it a buck. Cybertor says, oh my gosh.
Happy Mother's Day to Mrs. Essen.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, she is a mother of one. So yes, one my boy. So thank you. I'll let her know, Cybertor, and happy Mother's Day to Mrs. Cybertor as well. So I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. And also, here comes Vadson as well with the $10. It says, last minute dono, peace out, amazing stream, peace and love. OJ, stay awesome. Most of all, have an amazing weekend. Yes, have an amazing weekend, guys. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Big love to Cyber Taurus. Big love to Justin, all you guys that supported the stream. Big love to everybody that dropped donos and the conversations. I love all you guys. We'll be back probably on Monday. We'll be back on Monday. Might be a late night stream, but we'll see. All right, we'll see on that one. So, all right, guys, we'll take it easy. New video tomorrow as well. If you're not watching the Spawncast, that's going to be in about 2 hours, the Spawncast. But if you're not watching the Spawncast, check out my most recent video where I go over the Switch 2 kind of shattering the old narrative when it comes to third-party stuff. So if you haven't seen that video yet, check it out. I think it's a good video. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys coming through. And, yeah, we'll see you guys for the next one. All right, guys, peace out. Love y'all.